Welcome back in, faithful KEW fans. We are just checking that our broadcast is, of course, live. We are indeed live. This is very good news, and I can be heard. I'm sure everyone is super thrilled about that. No more commentators on mute. Here we go then for another thrilling instalment of KEW action, and it's been a little while for me since we've been around the ring, so we'll do my best to try and recap what happened last time around. Of course, we had from the fallout of the main pay-per-view, we'll have repercussions taking place from that later this evening. Of course, that pay-per-view just a couple of weeks away now, or what was maybe even just a week and a half. If my time scheduling's slightly off there, I do apologise. We of course saw the fatal five-way that saw Mark win the KEW title, but we are not focused on the main championship here this evening, and the little man has been given the night off, we're told. That doesn't mean he's not lurking around backstage somewhere, but it does mean that he's not in ring action this evening. The KEW champion taking a rest, as it were, having successfully beaten the Budget Magician last week, although that success is by his own modicum. Not very encompassing, shall we describe it like that. His win over the Budget Magician was somewhat slow and drawn out. Not the dominant performance you'd expect from a KEW champion in his KEW championship reign, to be honest. We will instead, though, focus our attention early doors on the hardcore division, and of course last week we had the first of the four fatal four-ways to determine who will progress through this gruelling tournament battle that is a constant shifting landscape in the KEW. And of course saw the BFG progress in that first fatal four-way, with King Daddy delivering the body splash on the outside to the torpedo, crushing him through the ladder, and picking up the pinfall over Miss Tarantula. If you've not seen it, ladies and gentlemen, I advise you go back and have a look at that one. It was a real epic match to get things going, and we can only but hope we're in for such treats here early doors this evening, ladies and gentlemen, where we have the next of those fatal four-ways for the hardcore division, and this will see Miss Kasuj, the Witch Mother as she is known, taking part in this hardcore bracket for what is potentially the first time. I don't think I've seen her in the hardcore divisions before in a fatal four-way especially, so she will be looking to prove a point here without any of her other cohorts. Of course, she sent the Tarantula out last time to try and get the job done, didn't get the job done, and then tried to set her new favoured attack cat if you like, with James the Cat onto Dude Jeans in that tables match last week as well. That was an iron table match. Now, of course, only led to James the Cat taking multiple tables through the abdomen, as he was the one who was left in a questionable condition, and we're told James the Cat is undergoing medical treatment, and that's why the Witch Mother is out here to prove that the powers of the Dark Coven are not fading, they're not waning. And of course, here is the said mentioned man who went through that hellish table match with James the Cat as a 15-minute iron table match. Who can go through the most tables in the 15 minutes? And Dude James came out victorious in that one. I don't remember the table count in the end. I think it was only a 3 or 2-1 victory in terms of tables, but he did put James the Cat through the ringer there. Multiple times it looked like James the Cat could have had it wrapped up, but let his anger and his emotions get the better of him, whilst Dude Jeans remained focused on the task at hand and really took the tables to James the Cat, if you want to describe it that way. Turned the tables on him, for want of a better pun. Of course, the Witch Mother will be focused on dealing the punishment now to that man there and ensuring he doesn't progress to meet the BFG in the next stages of this hardcore bout and this hardcore championship lineup. Of course, the BFG was the hardcore champion before losing the hardcore championship to the Mystery, who is the current hardcore champion. He is looking forward to seeing who will come out of this one to be the hardcore potential champion or potential rival for his belt Will, of course, the mystery be in action later this evening in the tag divisions with the Misfits. That is our next match coming up after this Fatal 4-Way will be the tag division, seeing how that shapes out with the Misfits taking on the power couple that is, and we'll talk more about the power couple, of course, when they see them later. And here is a Budget Magician now making his way to the ring with that customary cape trick that he likes to pull off on the stairs as he makes his way up to the ring. There's a trick that baffles me every single time. You can see there, wrapped through. He tells me it's in the cummerbund, but I don't understand it at all. He points to the cape itself, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the sleight of hand? Where is it? I don't understand. I'm a lost man. I'm lost to the arts of the magic. He is a magician, and he almost pulled off a magic performance last time out, of course, where he took on the KEW champion, of course, and picking the Budget Magician as his first opponent, not in a title defense, but just to kind of get his championship reign off to a winning success is kind of what he would say. But he made a hard work of it, did the KEW champion. It was a good night, I would have said, for that man in the ring, showing that he can go toe to toe with some of the best in the KEW. Surely he's got to take confidence from it. The confidence, though, may be crushed here by that man there. The KEW's mountain that is the Turkish mountain, Big Dan, makes his way down to the KEW ring here. The arena palpable with systemic excitement, it seems, to see part of the former tag team champions into the ring here. He, of course, will be motivated and have that history with the Witch Mother, where he lost the tag team titles to the Coven of the last main pay-per-view, and he will be looking, I'm sure, for a measure of revenge there. It looked like he was having words. He looks a bit tired under the eyes, maybe a bit of late night partying for the Turkish mountain, and he'll have to be on his A game here, because Jeans is on a hot streak. The Budget Magician looked good the last time we saw him, and of course the Witch Mother is one half of the tag team champions, so no time for partying here. You've got to be on your A game if you want to get the results in the KEW, and he started strongly here by lifting Jeans up and driving him down, and that of course opens the door now to go after the Witch Mother, who he targets immediately and drops her on her spine. The bigger athlete, of course, in this one, the Turkish mountain, dwarfing everybody else in the ring. You'd have to say that's got to be a big advantage, the size and sheer scope of his body and mass in this one. But it's got to come down to who's got the most endurance here, really, and an early double team on Jeans to the double DDT there, and the Witch Mother brings a guitar into the proceedings as the mountain went for the cover, and the Budget Magician takes the guitar to the back of the head, and he's down now as these Turkish mountains now taking on the Witch Mother once again, targeting her. I thought the Witch Mother might look to target the Turkish mountain, and Jeans is not happy with the early assaults he's had from the mountain here. He's taking some aggression out now as the Witch Mother looks to have the Budget Magician through the ropes and drags him there, and now the Jeans goes after the Witch Mother. You'd have to say, of everyone in the ring, the Witch Mother probably has the biggest target on her back, having already taken her attempted aggressions out onto Jeans, and the Turkish mountain losing the tag team titles to her tag team. It is going to be a consideration, I'm sure, as the KEW fans demand tables. Jeans holding his back there. The Budget Magician's dropped face first onto the apron. Now Jeans with some furious drops as the Witch Mother, being smart perhaps here, waiting in the ring for someone to come back and face her. She now screams to the KEW faithful, it's a smart game to play. Keep yourself fresh in the ring. Allow your opponents to take each giver out. On the outside, and she's dived through the ropes, but nobody there, and completely missed. It's a good job. I think everybody missed her diving out, and they couldn't see her around the ring because she's so small, as the steel stop sign gets delivered to the face of the Budget Magician, and she tries to clothesline down the giant that is the Turkish mountain. Double lift there, another double team on the Witch Mother from the Budget Magician, and maybe he doesn't like the dark arts that she employs and prefers the white magic that he uses as opposed to her dark magic. Flips the Jeans off as well, not with the bird, but just gets him off the body as the Witch Mother again going for a tactical rest, it seems, on the opposite side of the ring. You'd have to say, if she can keep this kind of momentum up, she's now setting up a ladder. Well, we've seen this from the last hardcore match where of course the torpedo was put through the ladder, and she's gone to try and take on Big Dan. Oh, she's got him in that headlock now, crushing the windpipe, trying to maybe wrench him there. She's got to be careful though, being the smaller athlete. She doesn't want to get lifted up as Dude Jeans is sent onto the ladder here. He's in a dangerous position. The Budget Magician to the top rope, diving backdrop through the ladder. Dude Jeans broken in half, potentially already took the damage from the tables match last week, and you have to question here, how much damage has that done to the body of Dude Jeans? Early doors, a massive suplex there for the Witch Mother as well. She's up quickly from it though, and Dude Jeans, somehow he's back to his feet. I'm not sure how. His back must be feeling it after being put through the ladder though. Lifted down though, throws the mountain down and rolls on his back, and the Witch Mother immediately goes to target him and now goes back after the mountain. She knows the people she needs to target in this one. She's not concerned particularly with the Budget Magician so far. Now clawing the face of the Turkish Mountain. He seems to be the one who everyone is targeting. Try and take down the biggest opponent, it seems. A bit like prison. You take down the biggest man first, and then you go in the respect of everybody else in the ring or in the yard. It appears to be the tactic of the Witch Mother. We don't know whether she's served time inside. Perhaps that's where she learnt the dark arts, as three of the men are back in the ring now. The only lady, of course, on the outside. The Witch Mother slides in with the metal stop sign and launches it into the back of the head of Dude Jeans. Oh my goodness me, between that neck and that back, and goes for the cover, trying to get a sly victory there as the Budget Magician slides across the back of the Turkish Mountain. Now has the Witch Mother hooked at a butterfly suplex there, driving her down to the matting. She rolls out of the ring, and a neck breaker there from the Budget Magician. Goes for the cover, but comfortably broken up by the Budget Magician. Dude Jeans was close to progressing there. The Witch Mother telling everyone in the ring that they're about to go down as she rolls into the ring, slow back up to it as a spike DDT there, and a big boot drives the Budget Magician down to the matting. Now the Witch Mother might look to try and put things away. You'd have to think if the Witch Mother can get a submission in onto Dude Jeans, it might be enough to end Dude Jeans' night. Back now again, taking the damage there as he has the table driven into his spine from the Turkish Mountain. And the table now poised in the ring as the Mountain flexes on the outside. He's now taking the opportunity to rest, and the Witch Mother rolls out for a chair. Dude Jeans slow back to his feet. The Witch Mother runs around the ring and delivers the chair to the back of the neck again for Dude Jeans. And again you have to question the neck and the back of Dude Jeans. How much damage has he sustained? He's put through the ladder, early doors, lifted high by the Mountain here as well, and another big boot from the Witch Mother dropped on his face. That's not going to do him any help. And the DDT on the outside from the Witch Mother, close to the stop sign. I think he just avoided disaster, did the Budget Magician, as the Dude Jeans is driven into the ring post by the Turkish Mountain, who then the Witch Mother returns the favour and sends him directly into the ring post as well. Furious chops now from the Witch Mother, and a big clothesline drives him down as Dude Jeans is up with the guitar, and the Witch Mother making to take advantage here of the early advantage that she had of all that rest whilst everyone else was fighting on the outside. She gets the guitar to the back for the trouble though. That might have swung the momentum of this one, as into the ring post goes the Budget Magician as the Mountain looks to take charge and delivers the ring post to the Witch Mother. But gets a diving knee there from the Budget Magician. He came flying into him. Big elbow now as well, trying to level him down. He's a big man to take down. Takes him down by the ankle here and spins around him. And now another guitar smashed on the face of Dude Jeans. He had it launched at him. You see him holding the knee there. Is that permanent lasting damage done to Dude Jeans? Running looked like a drop kick there from the Witch Mother, missed, but the Mountain not taking advantage of the time that he had there. And now Dude Jeans put into a package driver on the outside, again targeting the neck of Dude Jeans. You'd have to question how much more damage he can take. Lifted high now is the Budget Magician. And now the Turkish Mountain might look to drop him down onto the outside here as the Witch Mother is back to her feet and gives a giant kick there to the Magician, to the Mountain, driving him down on the outside. All the action on this corner here. The KEW fans right in front of it are loving it. They can't get enough of the damage. Dude Jeans driven into the steps, and the Magician goes looking for a bit of helping hand under the ring. What's he going to find? He got caught there by the Witch Mother, and the Mountain missed the big punch, but gets the kick to the guts. Now onto the shoulder goes the Witch Mother, slides out of the back and averts disaster at the last second there, it looked like, and is thrown into the ring by the Mountain, and that might inadvertently give her the rest she needs as Dude Jeans looks to try and get something going again, but she suicide dives to the outside, and Dude Jeans might be able to get a return here to form if he can try and get some momentum back. We've seen him, of course, hang into matches late. He's driving everyone to the steps now. Into the steps goes the Witch Mother and the Mountain, and then the momentum comes to a swift end though. But now he's got the Budget Magician, and almost sent him into the steps. And you can see again holding the back there, Dude Jeans. He's giving a tirade, it looked like, and the Witch Mother's got the steel chair, and she looks like she's targeting somebody here. Here she comes racing around the outside, throws the chair into Dude Jeans' face. Well, how much more punishment can one man take? He's really been in for it here. As we mentioned, that tables match last time around with James the Cat, that wasn't a doozy or a simple match to get your way through either. And now the Budget Magician taking the damage. Sure, flips out the back of it at the last second there though. He got lucky there. It looks like the Magician might be bleeding as Dude Jeans, well, he's probably concussed, missed the diving forearm there. Into the corner goes the Magician, but a face buster from the Witch Mother drives Dude Jeans to the corner, and now she catches the Turkish Mountain, hip tosses him into the centre of the ring, goes for the cover. It looks like the Magician is out of it, but he manages to get the kick out at the last second, does the Turkish Mountain. Magician's recovered as well out of the corner, and Dude Jeans has the stop sign, and now stop sign versus Guitar. Guitar wins as it's smashed across his face, and the Witch Mother performs another suicide dive to the outside. Dude Jeans, it looks like he's holding his wrist now as well. Another guitar. How many guitars are under this ring? Big face buster on the outside, driving the Turkish Mountain down, and Dude Jeans is still up somehow. I don't know how he's managing to get up time and time again here. You have to question whether the medical staff for the KEW have got to be looking backstage and saying surely he's got to be ready to be done. Another DDT drives him. You can see he's holding the face now on the head. He's taken sustainable damage to the head and neck area. Big drop kick drives the Turkish Mountain down as the Witch Mother wants him up to his feet, but gets Dude Jeans with a clothesline instead, and again grips the back, and the Magician watches on from the centre of the ring. And you'd have to say, if anyone's brave enough to get in the ring with the Witch Mother or the Magician, surely a submission to any one of the four competitors at this point, with all the damage that's been done, is going to be enough to make them tap in this one. Everybody taking huge amounts of damage here. Snap DDT drives the Mountain down, and that might be his night over with. And this could be another snap DDT. No, swinging that breaker onto the guitar, and the Witch Mother waits patiently, gets hold of the Dude Jeans, drives him into the ring, and she looks like she's lost where she's going now. Stuck on the guitar potentially. Too busy trying to get the Turkish Mountain back to his feet, and sends him into the ring. Well, she should have targeted Dude Jeans while she had the chance. Now she's going for the Budget Magician. A big face buster there, driving him to the outside. Now Dude Jeans with the stop sign, but the Witch Mother saw it coming at the last second and throws him over to be dealt with by the Turkish Mountain, but took her eyes off the Magician. And here comes the stairs with the Mountain broken up at the last second there, and a snap DDT right on top of the stairs there, and that might be the end of things for the Turkish Mountain. Surely he's not going to be getting up anytime soon. Big kick there, drives Dude Jeans down. Is it the Witch Mother's time now? Stomp to the arm. She's surely just got to get somebody in the ring, get the submission hold locked in, and it's got to be the tap out. You'd have to feel here it's got to be a matter of time. She looks like she's targeting Dude Jeans on the outside, stomps his face into the canvas, picks up the guitar, breaks that over his back. On the other side we've got the Mountain, who's back to his feet somehow. I don't understand quite how. It looks like Dude Jeans is dead on the outside. His body's snapped in half. He is moving though, we've seen there. Rolls back to his feet. I don't know how he's got the momentum or stamina to keep going here. None of these four competitors look like they're content to finish this one in the ring. It's looking like it's just going to be whoever gives up the fastest. Oh, there goes the chair, launched at the Witch Mother, and Dude Jeans now turns his attention to the Turkish Mountain here, knowing he might be the weakest of the four competitors. And the Budget Magician might have aggravated the Witch Mother unwisely now as the Dude Jeans is driven into the ring, and here goes the Witch Mother into the ring. Onto the shoulders goes the Budget Magician, into the corner goes Dude Jeans, but I fear for Dude Jeans here as the Witch Mother targets him in the ring, driven into the corner, and she might be looking to put him away. Onto the top turnbuckle he goes, but gets the boot up at the last second here. This could be the end. Rushes, he's driven the face into the matting there. And as Dude Jeans might be going for the snap, it might be thought he'd be going for that snap DDT, or he spikes him off the canvas. He might be looking for it now to try and put the Witch Mother away here. Gives her the kick to the groin, and down she goes with that snap DDT. Rolls over for the cover, but the Turkish Mountain is in and breaks it up swiftly here, and the Budget Magician is over to deal with the Mountain. Has him rolled up, has him in the ankle lock. But the wiliness of Dude Jeans there, saw it at the last second and broke it up expertly. Russian leg sweep now drives the Budget Magician down in the ring, and there's the two men in the ring here who maybe now have the advantage. You can see the Witch Mother threatening with the stop sign, and now looks to maybe take it over to the Turkish Mountain, who's down in the centre. That shouldn't be a priority really. I'd be focusing on Dude Jeans in the ring, and she's been caught cold there and driven towards the steps, but managed to just about avoid them. And the Dude Jeans now taking the time to go outside of the ring, as it looks like he's got another guitar, and the Witch Mother here gets a Turkish Delight powerbomb for good measure, and that guitar is about to be played. A honky-tonk tune over the abdomen of the Turkish Mountain as he goes down to the floor now, but pushes Dude Jeans off, and the Budget Magician is now the only man in the ring. He again exits the ring. This could be a long one going here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like he's having the ribs smashed out of him there, is Dude Jeans, and here comes another ladder slid into the ring. Well, that's a dangerous implement to have just laying in the ring. We've seen it before, ladies and gentlemen. You get a DDT off on the ladder, and that will end your night, and potentially in the next couple of weeks in the KEW. The Mountain, it looks like he's tapping on the outside. Well, that doesn't count out there. It looks like the Witch Mother had him in the prism lock on the outside, and he was tapping. And here comes the guitar. Oh, drop kick though for the Dude Jeans on the outside. Now the Budget Magician and the Witch Mother look to try and get a hold of each other. You can see it looks like the Magician's having a word with the referee, saying, how do we end this one? And the Witch Mother targeting the Magician on the outside of the snap DDT. Dude Jeans with a drop kick there. And surely someone's got to get somebody in the ring here and get the tap or pinfall victory. It can only be a matter of time now, you'd have to say, surely. This one's been going on for a while. Into the ring goes Dude Jeans. Into the ring goes the Witch Mother. And the Witch Mother gets a little stomp here. Maybe she'll look to put things away. But Dude Jeans with a big reverse kick there. Now he targets the big scientific twist there, targets the Turkish Mountain, goes for the pin, but the Magician's up to break it up at the last second. You can see the blood on the floor where the Magician was laying, and now the Magician has hold of Dude Jeans and puts him on the ropes. Maybe she might do to send him out of the ring here, lifts him high, bounces him off the ropes and drops him abdomen first, goes for the Turkish Mountain, spins him around. Kick to the back of the head, off the ropes he goes. Here goes the Budget Magician driving the back of the head onto the outside, and you can see that the Witch Mother here wedging the chair into the corner. What she got planned for that? The Budget Magician looks like he's ready to play a honky-tonk tune in the centre of the ring. And does across the back of the head of the Witch Mother. She's up on her feet somehow though. Looked like she was dazed, confused, didn't know where she was going, a bit like Dude Jeans on the outside, as the Budget Magician now goes for the package suplex there and the pinfall off of it as well. Dude Jeans rolls into the ring. Can he get there in time to break it up? He can't. The Budget Magician progresses. We said he looked good in the match against Mark, and he makes it pay dividends here. Gets the victory. The blood running from his face. It shows you how hellacious this battle really was, ladies and gentlemen. A good victory for the Budget Magician. Is it his time to see his star rise in the KW? Well, he'll have to take on the BFG in the next round, and we'll have to see if he's able to get the victory there. I'm sure, of course, the hardcore champion, who we'll see here just in a moment, will be thrilled to know that he doesn't have to go up against the Turkish Mountain potentially in that hardcore rounds as well for the hardcore championship. He will not have wanted to risk the tag team breaking up or risk any potential misfortunes or mishandlings with the either the tag championships or the hardcore championship for that matter. And there we have then the hardcore champion, the Mystery, accompanied by the Yeti, the Misfits. They are the two representatives for this evening, and they will be, of course, taking on the power couple here. The Misfits, of course, lost out in the open tag contest. They put the belts on the line to anyone who was willing to come and take them. It was the three-way that they then had defended those titles in and lost the titles to the Coven in dramatic fashion. And now they are looking to rebuild and regroup the tag division, as it were. Trying to reclaim the gold, or the silver that is the tag team championships. He, of course, was a brief two-time or double champion, the Mystery, for a short period of time there, only a matter of hours really in between, or not even hours, I think it was only minutes really. I don't think it totaled an hour in total. And they are going up though against a tag team that have been tag team champions before, hit the KW with a storm. It is the power couple, of course, and we know that one half of the power couple is absolutely feared, and there she is with her gold and blue feather boa And the little crate that the Torpedo stands on, there it is, gets on his orange box, so he's slightly taller. And off the orange box he comes and makes his way to the ring. Now, of course, have been tag team champions before. She has been the KEW champion before, and won last time around against Atomic Andy in the Power Rankings match. And we will see Andy in a match later this evening, again a Power Rankings match. She will know, though, that she really put the cat amongst the pigeons with her victory, and that she will have blown wide open the KEW's rankings for the KEW Championship. It will be a real question and testament if they can get the win here as well. A victory for the power couple will do them the world of good, and they've got to be feeling confident, of course. The Torpedo beat the Budget Magician at the main pay-per-view to defend the honour of his lady and to defend the power couple as they are. And of course the Man Crusher has had the good results in recent weeks as well. I'm trying to remember, it might not have been Andy she beat, actually it might have been the Assassin, the former KEW champion, who she's beaten a couple of times already before. She is the bogey component for the bogey opponent for the Assassin, it would appear, and that's what blew open the KEW Power Rankings. Of course, we do have that match later this evening as well, where we had, of course, the big men going at it. We'll see Atomic Andy taking on the demon incarnate himself, Shinigami Walker. The Shinigami, of course, made the KEW Championship 5-way, and Andy not happy with the fact that he came back out of the coffin basically and got straight back into the match out of nowhere, and Andy was not given the opportunity to compete in the 5 that should have been a 6 he sees it. So that's where that bit of needle has come from, if you like. And we will, of course, have another match involving 2 of the men in that fatal 5-way. We'll have Tanj taking on the Firefighter. That'll be up next for you, but we'll focus back on the tag action as we've let the start of the match get away from us a little bit here. The nice reverse DDT from the Man Crusher there. Have been all misfits so far, but they tagged in the Hardcore Champion, and he's now being taken to the woodshed by the Man Crusher, it appears. A good start from the Yeti, though, getting a good early attacks in against the Man Crusher. I thought the Man Crusher might look to go for the double team tag there, but doesn't quite manage to get it, as the Torpedo's hanging around on the apron, watching his beloved taking a little bit to the woodshed so far, as the Mystery gets the boot in on the knee, and this one's looking like it might be a bit of a foregone conclusion here. So it's a very slow start from the Man Crusher, and we saw this in the last match though against the Assassin. She was slow out of the blocks, but then slowly edged her way back into the match, drew the Assassin in, and if you can hear my stomach growling in the background, I do apologise. I am doing this during a lunch break that's probably going to overrun this KEW recording. I was hoping it wouldn't, but it seems like it's going to. And a big diving tag there gets the Torpedo in quickly here as he sends the Yetis and the Torpedo into the ropes. And again, it's all one-sided here, as the Man Crusher hasn't even made it out of the ring yet, and the Yeti is taking it to the Torpedo. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a foregone conclusion, this one, and it looks like the Misfits are going to be putting themselves back in the frame to be potential tag team title competitors in the near future. We'll have to see, of course, if anyone else in the KEW roster fancies a shot at the tag team titles. And of course, you'd have to expect whoever the losers are of this one, they'd have to take on those competitors next in the KEW. You have, of course, lost a few tag teams from the tag division. The Falcon and the Eagle, of course, with the announcement that the CEO of the KEW is taking a back seat and will be taking more of an advisory role, and that his wrestling days are pretty much done at this stage. And of course, with the announcement that the Cyclops has had to all but retire from the KEW, the damage sustained during his most recent matches with the Coven, it's led to a state where he's basically been advised by the doctors, should he get back in a ring, that there might be the end of his ability to walk, let alone his KEW wrestling career. So his family and well-being has to come first, and He's resigned himself from the KEW. We of course have the current injury status as well of a few wrestlers. James the Cat, of course, sustaining a bit of an injury last time out against Dude Jeans in that tables match, and that has led to Dude Jeans being put on, that has led to James the Cat being put on the shelf for a couple of weeks. Only minor damage though, as I'm sure he'll be back and ready to go to defend the tag team titles once we have a #1 competitor from this one. And of course the long-term absentee of Benji, who was dealt the crushing blow of losing at the Halloween pay-per-view to Mark in that ambulance match. Broken ribs, fractured neck. It's a long path back to recovery for Benji, and I'm sure many of the KEW athletes will be wishing him all the best. Well, basically all but one really, and that's the Skeleton King, the KEW champion himself, as the Man Crusher gets the tag back into the Torpedo, having seen the momentum switch here over to the Power Couple, and they look to take full advantage of that momentum shift as much as they potentially can, as he drives the Mystery back down to the ground. Another quick tag there, and the Mystery trying to dive over, gets the tag into the Yeti as the Man Crusher is busy spinning around, but she catches him cold, and the driving drop kick drives him down to the floor. Now she goes after the Mystery and drives his head into the flooring there as well. And another swift drive there sends the Yeti down, sort of like a Russian side or front sweep there. And now looking like she's going to go for the tag. Does indeed. Sends a Torpedo back into the ring. The Torpedo, of course, a one-time member of the Misfits, and then departed as soon as his beloved made it out of the KEW Academy, and has never looked back, really choking here, and a big shot to the ribs. Looks to go after the Yeti there. He went for a big chop and missed completely, and then he gets a kick to the guts here, and driving the knees to the face sends the Yeti down to the ground. Goes for the cover as well, and you have to think that the Mystery's got to be into the ring. Gets a 2 count there, but I thought that might have been enough, and now she looks to go after the Mystery, who ducks out of the way of it, and he's now in the ring getting involved. Have a word here, referee. Big suplex there, drives the Man Crusher down as she rolls out of the ring for a breather. The Torpedo defends himself vigilantly there as the Man Crusher is on the outside, and now the Mystery going after her, sends her into the ring, as now the Yeti is busy with the Torpedo, lifts onto the apron, drops him back first, and now off the apron goes the Mystery as well, and through the ropes goes the Man Crusher, crushing the life out of the Yeti there. And now can she take advantage and get him back in the ring? Oh, the Man Crusher kiss on the outside, driving his face into the floor, and now she does the kick-ups here. Well, she's wasting valuable time, you have to say. Surely the Mystery has got to be down and out still on the outside, having been choked across the top of the ropes. Surely she should have got the Yeti back in the ring, onto a 5 count now, and then jumps back off the ropes. Where's she going here? Are they both going after the Mystery? They're just taking their time, up to a 7 count, almost a count out, and she's allowed the Yeti to almost get back to his feet there. Gets hold of him from the back, whips him into the corner, and is she going to look to get the tag in and finish him off, or just drive him into the boot in the corner? Goodness gracious me, more damage being done to the Yeti. Into the corner he goes again, gets the tag in now, lifts the Yeti up and slams him down, and now picks up her other half here, the power on display, and drives him down. Suplex first onto the Yeti, hooks a leg. Of course the Mystery unable to intervene in the pinfall, but he gets an arm up at the last second here, and you'd have to think the Torpedo must have thought that would be enough there after having his sinewy body driven into him there, and a big running forearm drives the Yeti back down to the floor. The Mystery wanting the tag, but no such luck there. He really does need a break in momentum now, does the Yeti, and here comes might be another unfortunate one here. Big kick to the ribs from the Yeti as he had the life choked out of him by the Torpedo, and a big kick drives him down to the floor, and you can see the little Red X of the Mystery's name is still unable to intervene in this one by the KEW bylaws. The referee, of course, has to keep him on the outside for a certain amount of time. The Bulldog out of the corner, driving the face. He's desperate for the tag, is the Mystery, and the Man Crusher's letting him get it. Well, that's a junior rookie error there, but now she drives the Mystery down in the corner. Perhaps this is part of her plan here. Pure and utter dominance over both competitors. The Yeti slow to try and get back out of the ring, but now throws the Man Crusher down onto the outside, and now there could be a 2-on-1 here. He's run away from it at the last second there. You can see the Torpedo keeping an eye on proceedings, and now it looks like the Man Crusher is going to try and go back after the Yeti as her tag team partner. The Torpedo is being taken care of on the apron, driven down. But again, this is going to be the same situation we had just a moment ago. The Yeti is down and out on the outside, as is the Torpedo. And now the Man Crusher might look to take full advantage in the ring. Can she get a Man Crusher and kiss off and end the night for the Mystery here, ladies and gentlemen? You'd have to say that the Yeti might not be back up to his feet. Maybe that was the slight pause there from the Mystery, trying to see where the Yeti was at. And now he looks to target the Man Crusher on the apron. Good time delaying tactics there from the Mystery, allowing his competitor to get, or his tag partner to get back onto the apron and target the Man Crusher on the outside. The good tag team awareness shows their real bonds that the three of them have. Into the ring he goes. I wondered if he'd go for the tag, but it looks like he's content to go back after the Torpedo. A little shot to him there, maybe to get him uneven on the sidelines. That might just wind him up though. Onto the shoulders though goes the Man Crusher, into the corner face first. Down she goes to the cover. Does the Mystery. I don't think the Torpedo has to rush in to deal with that, because the Man Crusher's gonna kick out pretty swiftly, and a boot to the face though. Now targeting the arms, going after the power units of the Man Crusher, dragging her now around the ring, perhaps away from the ropes to potentially get a submission hold in. He is a master of the submissive arts, goes after the arm again. Perhaps that's what he's got to look to try and finish her off with, some sort of arm bar here, and goes for the tag, thinks better of it, sends the Yeti back in, but it looked like the Man Crusher was up and almost kicked his block off. He ducks out of the way at the last second though, and the side suplex there drives the Man Crusher down. Now all of a sudden the momentum might have switched, goes for the pin here. Will the Torpedo intervene? Doesn't this time. Realises the Man Crusher has plenty left to kick out of that one. I thought he might have run in to save his beloved at the last second there. She's in a bit of a bad spot here as the momentum once again has switched back to the former tag team champions, who of course last had the belt. They're all former tag champions, but the two-time tag champions I guess now. She goes for the pin here, legs on the rope, and the referee spots it and says none of that. Now she's complaining to the referee, but good spot there from the ref to realise that the cheating was going on. Gets the arm up at the last second though to get out of the corner. Now the Man Crushing kiss in the centre of the ring, sends the Yeti down, hooks the leg, the Mystery's in, breaks up the pinfall at the 1 count, but that might have been enough to put the Yeti away. And now diving, trying to go for the legs of the Mystery, and the Yeti rolls out of the ring, and the Man Crusher can't quite get hold of it, drops the Mystery off the ropes, but gets a boot to the face for her trouble. And now all of a sudden she could be in trouble here. If he can get a Yeti driver off, he might be able to defend long enough. It looks like he's poised just for that. I might have set him up for it by saying it. He might have thought, oh yeah, one of those would be perfect right about now. Up she goes, down she goes, the Yeti driver hooks the leg here too. The Torpedo racing across the ring and breaks up the pinfall at the last second. But of course both tag partners now have used their entry tokens, if you like, into the ring, so they will have the delay. And now here comes resetting that is the Misfits. Into the rope goes the Man Crusher, a big backdrop there, driving her spine first into the matting. And now can the Man Crusher sustain the attack from the Mystery? Is he going to look to put her away with a submission? She rolls smartly under the ropes there. Good ring awareness from the Man Crusher, realising who she's in the ring with, but he drags her over the top rope and slams her down now. And now she's got to be in a real situational position here. She might not know what day of the week it is. Knee to the face, goes for the cover. 1, 2, gets a kick out at the last second. We'd have to say, how much left has she got in the tank? If he gets a submission in, is she going to be able to withstand the punishing wrenching of whichever part of the body he decides to target? Sends the head down to the mat and climbs to the top rope. That's a long way to fly for a tiny man. Flying elbow there, just about made contact with it, right to the face, and goes for the tag. I thought he might look to get the submission in to try and polish things off there, but gets the tag in instead. And here comes the Yeti. He might look to polish it off with the Yeti driver. No, rolls her up with a big power bomb there and stacks her up for the cover. 2, 3. The Misfits put her away, and really the Torpedo didn't have much to say. They were the ones who started the stronger in the match, and they come out the victors here, pointing to each other. They're happy with their evening's work. You can see a bit of blood running off the face of the Yeti. You have to wonder at what point that was sustained, maybe from one of those man-crushing kisses where he was sent face first into the mat. But it is a good victory for those men there. They'll be happy with their evening's work, and they'll be happy to know that they have the opportunity to potentially recapture the KEW tag team titles in swift and fast fashion. We'll move hopefully in a moment when they're done celebrating around the ring. It's a long celebration there, we must say. We'll move to our next 2 matches then for the evening. We've already talked in brief about them during that tag team match. And this one should be a real doozy, ladies and gentlemen. It's one I've anticipated, and both men in the ring already. Here comes the handshake. Early doors from the Tange, he was trying to put things behind him. He said no. Look at that. Turns his back disrespectfully. His big hairy back on to the firefighter there. You'd have to question the sensibility in that, and there you go. Immediately the firefighter a little bit angry and a little bit more motivated now. Of course, these two had the needle in the last time they met in that 5-man match for the KEW Championship. It was both men who went at each other in the corner that allowed Mark to sneak in and get the pinfall that secured him the KEW Championship. And it is from that this match has stemmed, and you can see at the start of the match Tange going for the handshake, saying let's put things behind us, let's have a good gentlemanly contest, and then pulled it away at the last second. The devilishly uncouth man that he is, pulling the arm away, saying to the firefighter, you'll get no respect out of me, son. And the firefighter is now teaching him a lesson in etiquette and manners, it appears, in and out of the ring. Rolls him into the ring though, and up to a 4 count as he climbs back in to continue the early punishment here. But Tange catches him cold there, and a big shot to the back, and another clothesline drives him down. This one could be a slobber knocker for the ages, and it will prove a battle of endurance, I do feel, between these two. Can the Tange recover from the early damage to the firefighter? We know the firefighter will have the endurance to go for the distance in this one. We've seen it in many a contest before. It's really about his own motivation, and with the Tange pulling the handshake away early doors, you'd have to say that's probably given him that extra spark. That might be the change that was needed for the firefighter to recoup the motivation and form. He would have, of course, been the #1 contender if it hadn't been for the Tange's interference and the potentially questionable way that he defeated members in the past. Of course, having the pinfall against Tange, where Tange clearly had a hand on the ropes and the referee didn't see it. And you can see there he's asking the referee to count a little faster, and the Tange will have to be questioning whether the refereeing will be up to the standard that he should be deserving of a match of this caliber. Big shots in the knee there. As mentioned, plenty of needle between these two, and they are definitely so far taking it out on one another. Has been an early good start for the firefighter, but the Tange looks to essentially gain a measure of, not almost revenge, but a measure of getting back into it, if you like. A few shots on the outside for both men as the firefighter heads back into the ring, and so does the Tange. The firefighter waiting for him, almost a 4 count there from the ref. You could see again though, he was counting 4, and the Tange was back in the ring at the time he'd got to 4. He didn't quite utter the last R, if you like, but trying to count the Tange out early, it seems like we might have got another dodgy referee here for the Tange to try and overcome as he gets the shot to the back of the knee. Let's hope that the refereeing isn't the reason at the end of this one that we're all questioning if we should have a rematch here, and this might be time for Tange to get a new alarm installed. He's going to check his warranty, and here we go. Fire alarm, installed it, and the noggin rolls out the way at the last second. Too much dancing around from the firefighter, and Tange says if you spend that much time up your ladder. I'm about to show you why you need good ladder safety certificates. Drives him down with a tange to sleep right on the face of the firefighter. Hooks a leg, 2, and gets a shoulder up at the last second. That's a big knee to have square in the face, and you have to question now. Well, Tange looks to put it away with a Tange knockout. Goes for it, but hooks onto the shoulder by the firefighter and slams him down. Almost a fireman's carry of sorts, but not quite. Gets the kick out at the last second, does the Tange. Oh, it's just a 1 count. I say last second, he had another second, of course, there. Poor commentary from me. The firefighter looks to sustain the assaults then here. Wrenching the neck of the Tange. That does seem to be the area that he's focusing on. Maybe he's hoping if he gets him in the fireman's carry, he can drop him right in the back of the spine. Oh, he's wrenching the neck here though, as he has the submission locked in, wrenching the neck of the Tange, pulling it back and then going for the calf crushing move as well. I thought the Tange might have tapped there, but also he's managed to power his way out of it at the last second before tapping. Breaks his way free then for the moment, but rolls out of the ring, chasing after his man here. Gady might have been wiser, giving him the time and the space there on the outside, letting his man come to him, but the Tange wants to inflict the damage and has been caught cold because of it, now driven into the barricades there, and you can see revving up the KW fans in the KW arena is the firefighter, up to a 3 count now as he climbs back into the ring, and he has been in control of this one since the beginning, up to a 4 count as Tange climbs back in to be met by the left and right punches from the firefighter, who goes for the cover, seeing that his left and right's been exposed. Tange's jaw might have been enough to put him away, a la a boxer going after one of the Paul brothers. Big stomp to the shoulder there for the Tange, and he's now rolling around in pain as the firefighter climbs to the corner, and another big elbow across the neck of the Tange, goes for the cover, rolling the neck sideways, another pinfall, 3, and that puts the Tange away. Well, it ended up being almost really one-sided there. Disappointing display from the Tange, and the firefighter looked like he had words with him right at the end of that one, saying that'll teach you some respect, won't it, lad? Don't put your hand out for a handshake and then pull it away at the last second. You'd have to question whether the Tange made the correct decision with that. It seemed like the firefighter came into it with extra motivation after the disrespect was shown to him early doors by the Tange, and the firefighter's resplendent form will push him up the KW power rankings, and you'd have to say he's got to be knocking on the door soon to be the number 1 competitor for Mark's KW championship. I'm sure the little man will be doing everything he can to run away from the firefighter, who has since the Halloween pay-per-view been in resplendent form. Really, he's flown up the KW power rankings. He should have been the number 1 competitor, but had to deal with the 5-man melee, and of course lost the competitorship really from there. He'll be furious that he didn't get the one-on-one opportunity with the Assassin. The Assassin, of course, flowing down the power rankings, having lost to one half of the power couple that we saw last week. This then will be again to put more mystery into those power rankings. It's kind of got a bit more definition to it now. You'd have to say that we'd have to have a match surely between the firefighter and the Man Crusher to define who should be the number 1 competitor, with both of them knocking off potential number 1 competitors. And this really would put the cat amongst the pigeons. If the Atomic Andy gets a victory here, it would boost him up, and the Shinigami, you'd have to say, is probably in that 4-5 range currently, with of course Tange and the Assassin just in the 2-3 spots in that kind of remit. Either of these men, though, if they win here, that's surely got to put them in the Tange and Assassin conversation. Perhaps there's a potential fatal 3-way opportunity coming up for not only these, but for the other competitors, and who knows, maybe even the KW title. I'm sure His Magnificence the Skeleton King will be watching closely on tonight's action, and will be hoping that a fatal 3-way is not the way that the title gets decided. He'll want to defend it in one-on-one action, I'm sure, and he'll want the process to take as long as is physically possible in order to get a KEW potential champion, or potential number 1 competitor, for his belt. He'll know that the longer it takes, the longer he has to hold on to that championship. Of course, was not particularly in resplendent form when he took on the Budget Magician, as a potential defending champion should be given the week off this week to rest. Perhaps that's what he's needed. He's had a lot of action in the KW in the last few months. Perhaps a week's worth of rest, and we'll see him out next week, of course. Perhaps that'll really give him the status that he needs and the rest time to recuperate. Or perhaps he is, as many online have suggested, just a paperweight champion. Both these men, of course, will be watching on eagerly next week, I'm sure, if they're not in action, to see how the KW champion gets on, as it's Andy who starts, the stronger of the two here. Andy, of course, the brother of Benji. We understand that since Benji has been hospitalised by Mark, Andy has not gone to see him. It's a controversial stand and status, and of course it was Andy who eliminated Benji from the elimination chamber, or did enough damage, sorry, to have Benji eliminated in the elimination chamber. And it was, of course, because of Benji's elimination that Mark was eliminated, as he was speared as he was watching Benji climb out of the ring, perhaps laughing internally to himself. But is that a bit of needle there between the two brothers that's worthy of note? Because there was suggestions online about would there be a partnership between Atomic Andy and Mark that would see them try and solidify and go after either the tag division or solidify power in going after the other KW belts. And with the Skeleton King now being the KW champion, we'll have to see how much Andy comes out here to try and push himself up those power rankings, or whether there's anything to read in between the lines of this one here, as the Shinigami's taken an early advantage here after a start with Atomic Andy dealing out some damage. He's not got going so far here. It has been the Shinigami early doors who is taking the lead, if you like, in this dance. Now sends Andy into the ropes. Oh, big driving forearm there across the chest, driving the wind out, and now worshipping his dark gods on his knees. The flailing arms and the stomp to Andy's face, rubbing his head into the KW mat now, and goes for the elbow across the back of the shoulders, winding potentially life out of him. Goes for the pinfall, gets a 2 count there and gets the kick out. Swiftly does Andy. Looked like it might have been all over early doors though. And Andy here looks like he's not only second best, but there is a level of competitiveness that we've seen with Andy with other matches before that just is not there in this one. And again, as I mentioned, you have to start to question whether that's because there is a secret backroom deal that's going on between the Skeleton King and Atomic Andy, or is it just Andy taking his eyes off the prize here and allowing his competitors too much time to get back into things. A big clothesline there drives the Shinigami down, and now he's got a bit of a head of speed up here. Maybe this is trying to put some doubts between those rumours. A big atomic drive there, goes for the cover on the Shinigami as well. He's very close to the ropes here. There's a 2 count and kicks out. I'm not unsurprised he didn't put his leg on the rope really to try and get the kick out there, as Andy goes to the top rope here and dives off the top rope. Oh, big splash there, driving the full weight of his knee with that 8 foot down from the top of the ring, or however high that was, straight into the face of the Shinigami. And now all of a sudden the Shinigami is the one who looks like he's in all kinds of bother as the heavyweights of the KW collide here. Under goes Andy now, goes for the big boot, but the Shinigami sidesteps out of the way. And perhaps then those rumours are unfounded, as Andy had a flurry of attack there, and it looked really like he was set to prove a course to winning this one. But now the Shinigami, for avoiding that kick, it looks like he's going to try and regain the control in this one. It's hard to tell when the athletes are slower moving, and now here we go. Bit of blows between the two. Big right-handers from both men here. Big right from Andy and a big shot there from the Shinigami. Big hit there from Andy onto the Shinigami. Both men exchanging blows here. The Shinigami blocking that one and chopping the chest here. With a big hit from Andy to try and battle back out of it, and another chop to the chest. It's just a clobbering contest now as Andy gets to block in the kick there though, and the axe handle smash, and another one drives Andy down to the KEW mat. And now he looks like he's fixed and ready in the corner. He's got the demonic pose, and here he goes, the demonic walk across the ring, rolled over, and this could be the demon's kiss. Gives him a little smooch to the forehead. Oh no, Andy rolls out of it the last second. Oh, and clotheslines him down to the matting there. I thought that was going to be good night for Andy, but proves he's got some fight left in him right at the death now, with the bear hug trying to crush the wind out of the Shinigami here, shaking him around off the floor. You can see the slight height difference in the two, but the Shinigami gets his feet back to the ground and breaks the hold that Andy had at the last seconds on him, puts him on the ropes now, does Andy, and Andy might look to put things away here pretty succinctly, drives him into the ropes, and he slides down, goes for the cover nail. Awkward landing for the Shinigami off the ropes, just a 2 count no as he gets the legs up. The Shinigami, of course, has had a slow start to life since coming back into the KEW fray. Had the choke slam, of course, on the KEW champion, on the assassin, which set him up to be in the fatal 5-way, but since then hasn't won a match. Lifted onto the shoulder by Atomic Andy. Atomic drive there. Could it be a cold run for the Shinigami that continues? And he goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, gets a shoulder up at the last second. The indestructibility of the Shinigami there. Goodness gracious me, Andy must have thought he had that one won, and the rumours put to bed about a potential alliance between him and the Skeleton King. Now the Shinigami is in all kinds of bother as he's clobbered down to the KEW matting, but Andy has surely got to look to put this one away quickly. He knows that the Shinigami's on the ropes. He knows he's in the ascendancy. How much more damage can the Shinigami sustain? How much longer can he keep going in this one? These are the questions the KEW faithful have got to be asking at this stage. Picks him back up to his feet now, and the Shinigami almost got the chokeslam off there as Andy was almost caught a little cold, but saw it coming at the last second and got his hands up to block it away. I did fear that if Andy had been chokeslammed there, that might have been enough. Wrenching the arm now. I thought he might have gone after the choke-slamming shoulder, but he didn't quite. Goes for the opposite one. That has him in the corner and drags him out onto the back again, trying to do the damage to the spine. It's another atomic drive. Might just drive the wind out of the Shinigami onto the shoulder. He goes. He knows this could be good night, and another atomic drive, the third of the evening for the Shinigami. 2, 3, puts him away, potentially puts the rumours to bed as well. Atomic Andy is coming up the power rankings, and he will be looking at who's next for him and how long it's going to take him to get up to be a KEW potential title contender again. He knows there's a long way to go before he gets there. There's plenty of wrestling left. Thank you for watching this episode of KEW Live, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week for more thrilling KEW action as the big fella waves goodbye. We'll see you then. Goodbye and good night.